Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone the distance in now 3 series today. We've had 3 best of 3s. They've all gone to the deciding third game. I'm LD. He's AUI. We've had a long night, but we are super excited. LGD China versus Vici Gaming. One of these teams is going to Seattle, at least as a wildcard contender. Who's it going to be? We'll find out the answer to that right now.
I mean, I've been so impressed by these teams. I'm just so happy that the qualifiers had a nice format where both of these teams can go on. You get to see no matter what, loser of this, they drop down, and they're in your loser bracket final. So they still have a great shot at advancing anyway. I just realized, does Rising Snakes and Rattle Stars have to play together? Is Lumi casting?
You guys can't see the grin on his face, but we're going to make Lumi cast.
Okay, that's good.
Tomorrow's my day off, so chance the Lumi cast are high.
I think any other caster might get the names confused.
Yeah, we're good at them.
Yeah.
We don't make mistakes like that. Well, on that note, we have a draft. AUI, let's talk about it. LGD Gaming. They're on the dire side. Fun fact from Kawa, apparently the Radiant team has won every single game today. So, if history is our guide, that gives Vici Gaming a big inside shot. Now, of course, everyone who's on the Radiant is the team with first pick, because the opposing team has been picking the dire side. So, I think it's less that it's the Radiant and more than it's first pick, but still surprising to hear those stats.
The thing about Radiant is that your offlane's better, your mid lane's better, and your bot lane is comparatively better. You don't have Roshan control, but
maybe you can get it with that kind of advantage.
Sometimes if you win your lanes, it doesn't matter if you don't have Roshan control because you're ahead. And when you're ahead, you don't need positional advantage because you just go kill them if they contest you. So
I'm looking at the draft here. I like what Vici Gaming has done because they banned the Silo Lone Druid, and I feel he's just too good at dominating his lane. If he didn't win his lane as hard as he did, I think LGD loses that game.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things.
And it's a good hero anyway.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that could happen, but Slatter's disgusting a Lone Druid.
Why give him that hero?
It's gross.
You can't. It makes. He's gonna puke in the trash can right
it's
now.
So good, it makes you puke. That's how good it is. That doesn't even make sense. It's almost like I don't have any sleep.
You sound like it. Well, Clockwork will be the ban here for LGD Gaming. They don't want to give that one away to CTY. And are we going to see CTY in something a little bit different
It's
this
so
game?
Weird because we alternate teams going for this heavy team fight thing. Like, look at LGD's lineup right now.
We saw, who was it against? Earlier today against Rising Stars, I believe we saw them, was it LGD who had the big vacuum ice path combo? I think it was. They were vacuuming, they were throwing a vacuum in, they'd hit like 3 heroes with ice path. It happened repeatedly.
Yeah, and I don't know, the thing about big AoE combos is that you're sacrificing something to get that AoE.
Right.
There's always something, or else that lineup would be sort of in, but whether you can't do a split push, your lanes are a bit weak, you can't do skirmishes. So even though they're going for this big team fight, I'm actually I never really see that Chinese split push that much. I'm sort of curious to if they ever go for that.
I mean, well, I was gonna say maybe this is a Wisp game, but LGD is actually.
Oh no, they're not.
Yeah.
Do you see Alliance?
Yeah.
Dude, Alliance and.
Well, we saw LGD gave the Wisp away to Rising Stars in game 1, so you never know. But it is banned
I think Alliance and they had some scars on China.
Yeah, LGD is maybe a little bit sore after that one, so we won't see the Wisp this game. Vici Gaming. What is CTY going to play? That's my question. Leshrac is the pick here. I feel this is their tri-lane hero. Looks like a solo gyro for ZSMJ. And then the big question is, what do we see ZSMJ on? He's played Queen of Pain in the past. Decent hero versus Kunkka mid. Puck is another one of his signature heroes, common heroes for him. Templar Assassin as well. I don't know if you picked that against Darkseer and Jakiro, but what do you think this game for ZSMJ, or for CTY?
I need that hero list.
Yeah, you can bring it up because they're looking at my screen.
Special and can't remember heroes.
It's almost like this pro Dota player doesn't actually know who's in the pool.
It's almost no, I contribute a bit to picks. Storm's not that bad for them, I guess.
Normally when they go for the Storm, they have they've put ZSMJ on it. But
okay.
I mean, if they want to give it to CTY,
for LGD, I'd really like them to see them pick up like a Chen.
How about his Shadow Fiend? I don't know if it matches up well this game, but CTY plays an outrageous Shadow Fiend when he gets it.
Shadow Fiend's really good.
Now, when he was playing that, it was mostly in the one role. We'd see an early Mask of Madness sometimes, like this really greedy, super hyper-aggressive style.
The problem with Shadow Fiend is that he's very easy to counterpick.
Yeah.
In mid. Like, there are heroes that make him get 2 CS the entire laning phase.
Well, they've already picked pretty much all their heroes.
Yeah. But, like,
how do you feel he matches up against what there is right now?
Well, he matches up fine versus heroes, I guess. Not ideal, but Slark.
Oh my goodness, they're gonna go Slark. Team Liquid style here. Slark.
Stark's not really killable by much. I don't actually know if his Q removes... Sorry, his...
Telekinesis.
No, if it removes Kunkka X.
Ooh. I don't know if it's a debuff.
I think it should, but like I don't have experience with that at all because I mean Stark's been picked relatively recently. No one really runs Kunkka in the West.
He's still going to be hard to kill. End of the day, you can remove... I think you can remove the Ice Path.
I think you yeah, you can remove pretty much every... Oh, Ice Path.
Actually, I think Ice Path just sits
I don't think you can remove Ice Path. So that might be...
Can you remove Telekinesis?
Yes.
Okay.
Weaver. Okay.
Well, Sylar Weaver. One position Weaver.
Weaver, you get it when they don't have a lot of lockdown. So,
well,
it's really...
Vici don't have a lot.
Yeah, it's really quite good this game because even if Slark pounces you, you can definitely time-lapse out of that pounce. Is there a Dota sound? Okay.
Jared's trying to find out. We do have a 6-minute delay. Guys, I'm not the host of this game. We've removed that Perfect World launch option, so hopefully Dota TV audio will be fixed. If it's not, I have reported the issue to Valve, so it's somewhat out of our control here. We haven't changed anything on our end, but again, we are very sorry for those who missed the Dota TV audio. My best advice to you is, it might be slightly out of sync, but you can listen to the stream, even put it on 240p, the audio should still be fine, and then watch in game. And it might not be perfect, but it's better than nothing if you do want the English commentary. Again, we're doing everything we can. Hopefully it works. On the side of LGD, we have the top dogs from China, the team that everyone expected would waltz their way in to an easy spot. They were invited. They're your third place team from the International 2. And Director 8, he'll lead the charge. Xiao 8 on the Kunkka. We have Sylar taking the Weaver. We've got Dota TV audio. Kawa, he's putting the 2 thumbs up like he's waving a plane into the runway. He's so excited. He's out. Peace. We'll see ya. Sylar on the solo mid Weaver. He's been pulled heavily. They're smoked off the bat. They're heading into the enemy jungle. Yao on the safe lane. Dark's here. DDC on the Rubik and DD on the Jakiro. On the side of Vici Gaming, we've got the upstarts, we've got the challengers, and we've got a team that's taken LGD down already in the Dota 2 Super League. Can they do it here when the stakes are so much higher? You win, you're in. Maybe as a wild card, maybe not as that guaranteed entrant, but you'll have a day to rest, relax, and study whoever your opponents will be. I feel like they've looked slightly stronger, but it really could go either way. CTY, how versatile is this young, impressive talent? We're about to find out. He's on the Slark. ZSMJ, the old school carry, who seems to have found his mojo here on the Gyro. Fenrir, the Leshrac. FefY playing that Shadow Demon. He had some fantastic Rubik play even in defeat in game number 2. Last, but certainly not least, it's XTT. This one promises to be a showdown, potentially for the ages.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really have the drafting prowess to say who has a better draft right now, because sometimes when I see new lineups, I at least need to see the first team fight to even have a clue. So right now, I don't have that much. But I can say that I feel like the lanes favor LGD right now. They managed to dodge the tri-lane, and they should not be able to kill Darkseer. But sometimes, like, if Shadow Demon gets like a really good wraparound and catches him during Surge, it might not go that badly for him. And also, Weaver should dominate a Slark. Just like he's very high baseline. He got pool 2 sets actually, which I really like. I rarely see Chinese players pool, and I think that if you can pool, like, this is an important matchup to win.
Oh, this could be trouble for DD. He's going to get disrupted. This could be your first blood. There's your splitter. It's a surround as well. Can Yao actually get out of here? He's low. He doesn't have Surge. First blood to Vici Gaming. Well, you said he shouldn't die, but that's once he hits level 2. Didn't have Surge. Skilled Ion Shell. Gives up a first blood.
That
was that a misplay by Yao?
Yeah, it's definitely a misplay, because the thing is, he Ion Shells his wave, and then he played way too far up. EXP range is 1200 if a creep or yourself gets the last.
So he could be like what, like right here?
You could be very far away. He could actually be tucked into a tree. He could have eaten this tango over here and just tucked in there. Like, you can't give kills like that actually.
And you look at Vici Gaming's lineup, CSMJ may be in trouble. He'll be okay.
The thing is, after that kill, what you can actually do is you rotate your 2 supports and you have Visage solo against the Darkseer. It sounds pretty clowny, like a Visage solo, but he does very well versus Darkseer actually, because you can if he ever tries to harass you with Hydra, you just Grave Chill, right click him back, and you can always run away. And Visage has good base damage, he'll last at creeps, he's very good at levels. You don't really have kill potential. I don't like the fact that he got Grave Digger's Cloak actually, just because Darkseer takes it all so fast. So I would prefer the Grave Chill, but he's going to be in a really good position. He has 2 levels on the Darkseer, 1 level on him anyways, so...
And he's going to actually look to steal this pull here a little bit.
That's Sentry, not Sentry. It needs to go a bit to the left here. So they actually missed that block. That's a bit unfortunate for them.
So what do you think about the other rotations? They rotate Fenrir mid, they want to give C2I a little help, and it looks like he needs it. One of the few times where he's not just dominating his lane. He's really struggling against Sylar, running low on regen. The other rotation, they put Shadow Demon bottom.
And if we go way back into where eHome sort of showed all the Western teams, what is Visage doing?
Just pulling the... Look at this Congo line of creeps.
Okay.
XTT wants a lot of experience and looks like he might get it.
Sorry, going back to like when eHome dominated everyone with tri-lanes, it was because tri-lanes can absolutely crap on a dual lane. And it's okay when you have a 3-1 to not get anything, but when you have a dual lane, you sort of need to get something. And
top lane going on XTT.
I think he really needed Grape Chill. Like, he took a lot of sort of unnecessary damage to the Darkseer there.
He does have Tranquil Boots. He also has 700 gold, so he's still in decent shape.
He's still in very good shape, to be honest. I think his reasoning was he thought that they would rotate up to match the tri-lane.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. I think they did the sort of the smarter choice to just not break it. And Darkseer, like, I said Visage will do fine versus Darkseer, or he'll do well even, just because I think Visage with full levels is so strong. But Darkseer's going to outfarm because he can just do this.
Push the wave, go farm the jungle. Nothing you can do with the solo.
I would have preferred that instead of pressuring the Visage so hard to get the extra damage in, he beats that Tango at 52, pulls it to his creep wave, and he gets a stack off and denies the full way to the Visage. I think that's the sort of more dominant way to just deny a wave of EXP like that.
Well, it seemed like what actually happened was XTT just contested the pull and drew the creeps aggro, kind of prevented what might have been a double pull.
Yeah, sort of cut him off. It was sort of weird.
Yeah,
but
it was kind of an awkward engagement. They do bring DDC in mid, and look at this middle lane. We're still seeing good farm on CTY. He's gotten some help from his support. He's a little bit lower level than what you'd want on the Slark, because this hero is a hero that you really want to just start snowballing out of control as quickly as possible, but he's still getting farmed.
This is the first time I've seen the Chinese pick a Slark ever. So
it's a first for me too.
And
but Vici, it's these younger teams from China who are the most willing to experiment. Vici Gaming, Rattlesnake, Rising Stars. LGD sort of represent the more traditional style, and so far for Vici Gaming, they've shown that this more creative style can work.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing that's going really well for LGD is that they just had that pull ward. So it's just going to be a 2v2 or 2v3 with no pull. And when you don't have a pull, it's like you need EXP.
Splitter's going to connect middle lane. CTY narrowly actually misses the leap. Might have been able to go for a kill. Now Sylar's manning up. That's a little bit far to go in. Now ZSMJ caught up by a torrent, thrown back into a dual breath. Could be in trouble here. He will go down.
That's a good kill.
And now they're going to turn to it. Looks like DDC giving chase. FY, Ice Path's going to connect from long range. And Xiao wait. He'll live. Tango's up, Salve's up, lives through it all. Good news for Vici Gaming. XTT farming well. They got the first blood. 25-8 on your Visage. You're still getting good farm on your Slark, but giving up those kills, that's what the doctor ordered for LGD.
If VG is to win, I sort of expect Visage to basically solo carry the early mid game at this point. Like, he has to be 10-1, I think, in order for them to do a lot of work. Or, I mean, CTY could always do a lot of work, but he's sort of crippled, to be honest.
Look at Sylar. He's just like treading that. I mean, you're up against this dual lane. I feel like he can maybe kill you. They might go in now. Sylar, he's still level 5. CTY's going to back off.
They don't have a sentry. I thought they had one more sentry. They placed one mid over here.
Yeah, they had one. I think it just ran out.
They tried to ward the pole, but they missed it at top. That's why they only.
And the one that was mid wore off.
Yeah. So that's why they didn't go on that kill. And I think Rubik's going to give him some. He doesn't have regen.
By the way, XTT already level 6. He's going with the familiars, being a total pain in the ass to Yao. And honestly, look at the damage. He can solo kill him.
You can beat Darkseer very easily if you have the lead like this. Like, I talked last game about how I felt maybe forcing the Clockwork out of lane would be a bit better. Yeah. But these Visage birds are like a bear each in damage. More than that, actually, in terms of just pure DPS output.
And the magic damage from Ion Shell, pretty much useless against them
as
well.
They have 95% magical resistance.
Yeah, so essentially useless.
Like, you almost do.
FY's on the chase. Poison's there for Yao. FY kind of stutter stepping his way through the jungle. He thinks he can find this kill. He's actually going to disrupt him. How the hell did he even get this disruption off? That's kind of insane. Yao, however, in trouble. Oh, FY may have overextended.
No, he missed
There's the final poison. He needs one more. Can Yao juke it? Oh, no, he does. Oh, yeah, what a play. What a play. FY's going to drop. Now CTY on the run. Xiao 8's even rotated in. He'll go for a torrent here. No, he won't. He's not even going to attempt it.
He missed 2 shadow poisons by like 10 range. Luck, skill, unfortunate.
That's definition of unfortunate. XTT, I mean, he is pushing top lane. And it's almost okay for Vici Gaming because now ZSMJ is also getting space, and he had none before.
Yeah, and this is like, this is sort of because the Visage is crapping on the Darkseer. it's actually scary how hard he's been. Hey, he can solo kill that Rubik. Hey, you.
Oh, he's gonna
Yeah,
go in
Massage.
now. Oh, look at those familiars, the damage, the pain, it's too much.
I don't
they
think
might
they
kill
can kill him.
XTT.
Oh, no.
Oh, maybe they can. He eats the torrent. Ice Path
Great
cooling
choice.
down. Actually, could maybe turn this around on
Yeah.
Xiao 8. Here comes your
He has-
Shadow
he has
Demon.
birds up.
Oh, this could be a Visage
Oh, no.
just rolling to victory. Xiao 8's in trouble. Boat's gonna come in. Is it gonna connect?
There's a
It
W.
won't. And there's another soul assumption, another kill for XTT. Fenrir's
my
arrived.
God.
Cavalry is here. Backup is here. They find 3 kills, and they're not done just yet. The Bird's giving chase on DDC. Teleported back in, hiding behind the tower. And there's your space for CTY. There's your Visage solo carry in the early game, and there's your space for ZSMJ as well.
Visage is so good.
They gave him a first blood, and he's been rolling since then.
So good.
It's a great matchup for him as well.
Yeah, I think I'm actually really curious about that.
Oh, Sylar's been pounced under the tower. Oh, he does have
He has
time
time
lapse.
lapse, yeah.
He'll be okay.
It doesn't take off the Essence Shift, which is
Top tower is
no, that
under
sounds about right
attack.
actually. But
I guess it. Yeah.
yeah, but
It still seems weird. to
yeah,
me.
it's. I mean, that's really good for Sark, not so good for Sylar.
Well,
he
I
misses the
don't
pounce.
think Slark's 2 weak, so I'm okay with that.
Dire's
The
top
bottom lane, they
tower
may
is
make a go on
under
ZSMJ. Xiao 8, he'll come in.
Oh, he has
He's
X.
got
His X, no, 2
It's a
X.
level 2X, but he can't find it.
blind
He'll
torrent,
just go
he
for a
got it.
blind torrent. It's going to connect, but it's a long way to dive. Will they really
can bolt
commit to
this,
this?
he can bolt
There's
this.
your X. Boat onto ZSMJ. He runs
no.
north. He dodges the
juke.
boat. He gets vacuumed back into Iron Show. Now he heads straight for the tower.
He should
If
die.
they get this kill, they may pay.
no, good
CTY's
Sark.
TP'd in. He's able to jump in. Sylar's got a haste turn. Diving ZSMJ. Another torrent. Catches out 2. XTT, is he going to drop as well? They're going to back off. The chase is here. What a just ridiculous game. It hangs all in the balance, and it's so even. AUI, this just feels like an epic game already.
I love Dota.
I love Dota 2, my friend. It's really been fun. I mean, the Visage having a powerful start here.
Radiant's
Some
bottom
trades
tower
and
is
decisions
under
from both
attack.
teams that were questionable, but just aggressive play. 8 kills, 9 minutes in. Way more engagements than that, and we see a Visage who almost has a mech.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, that's going to be trouble. LGD, so much AoE, a little bit lacking on burst damage. Mech is going to be huge in this game.
Yeah, it really is. Once you basically take off that boat damage, I mean,
Dire's
you have to
middle
chase for a
tower
long
is
time
under
for
attack.
with Weaver and Angel to kill anyone really, and that gives your birds sort of time to respawn from their stone form. And once that happens, that's like 2
Dire's
supports dead,
top
just the
tower
birds.
is
Right.
under attack.
Like birds hitting someone,
Radiant's
they hit
bottom
someone,
tower
soul
is under
assumption, dead
attack.
support. And these supports are level 4 and level 4. Like they're not in a good spot. Visage basically
Feasts
has the
on these kind of heroes.
he has the potential to solo win in this game. It all really comes down to
Dire's top
whether
tower is
LGD
under
can like
attack.
maybe sort of kill his birds
Dire's
once or
structures
twice,
are
and
fortified.
the Visage can move properly. And from what we see in his Clockwork, he has pretty phenomenal
top
team
tower
fight,
is
but
fallen.
his ganking was a bit
Radiant's
off that
bottom
game.
tower
Yeah.
is
So
under
we'll see if
attack.
he can sort of redeem his ganking this game.
Radiant structures
Well, I mean,
are
so far,
fortified.
I don't feel like the bird micro has been that insane, but just auto-tagging with the birds is so
No,
effective.
like the
Radiant's bottom
Visage,
tower
like
has fallen.
he sort of I really like that hero because I feel like he's one of the highest skill cap heroes.
Yeah.
Like I always feel like no matter who's playing it, you can always improve on that hero, just because it's 3 different things. But it's a bit different than Chen because your birds can die very easily.
Well, your birds are, yeah, they die easily and they give away a lot of
Yeah.
gold. DDC could be in trouble. Oh, there's going to be a blink in, a leap as well. CTY thrown back into the tower. CTY may have just overextended. He'll go under cover of his Shadow Dance. He tries to live. Visage comes
Oh
in,
my God.
blows him up with the absolute nuke power
Dear Lord.
that a Visage brings to bear. Now CTY already used his ult. He'll go down. Sylar trying to find some kills on the back lines. Can
Oh,
he
no.
win this man fight? I'm not so sure. Time lapse out from Sylar. On the run is FY as well. Xiao Wei fishing. He's got a wand charge. He'll pop it now. Call down comes in. That's going to zone Xiao 8 away. Might be the turnaround. There's your surge for Xiao 8. Still goes down. No, actually, there was.
Did you see the birds?
Did he get purged there? I'm not actually. No, there's no demonic purge, but isn't able to get away at the end. Yao, man's up right into the rocket barrage.
Oh.
It's too much burst damage. I don't think
The
they can
birds
go
are
in one
stunned.
by one like this. Sylar's finding the kills, though. Can he find another versus
Oh,
SMJ?
he's
He's
dead.
juked away from the rocket barrage, but now
dead.
DDC caught out. This might be your Visage Dota just winning them the game. Ice Path on everyone. Maybe not. Sylar to turn it around. They need these kills, and they need them at
He
XTT.
has
No
2
mech in
stuns in it.
sight. He, however, is tanky anyway. Did CTY buy back for that? No. Did he
Radiant's
just
bottom
live?
tower
Yeah,
is
CTY
under
did.
attack.
Wow.
I think so.
I thought he died.
I mean, I think when he jumped on Rubik, he showed a little bit of inexperience on Slark. I don't think they're quite accustomed to this hero, but when you jump someone like that, you want to use Pounce when you think they'll get off the left. So he used his Q right away, and then he pounced on him.
Yeah.
So that meant that the Rubik was able to lift him after all his nuke was done. So he couldn't remove the stun from himself. I mean, I'm not really a Slark player, but usually I see Slarks maxing pounce in the Western scene. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if it's wrong. But it feels like
the thing is, pounces damage that doesn't hurt you as well, and you still get the purge from Dark Pact even at level 1.
The 8-second cooldown is just a lot of mobility. Like, Slark is a very hard hero to kill, but if you only have 1 pounce every 16 seconds, suddenly you're still hard to kill, but you're not like this. What's wrong with that hero?
Yeah.
Why can't, like...
If he has a good start, that's what Slark feels like.
Yeah. It really does. Like, it's just like, why? Why is this hero in Dota? But when he doesn't have this good start, he's just like, oh, this guy's just a pub hero.
LGD, they are your leaders right now in terms of golden experience. The outcome's in, but Vici, not the one you want to find. And also, XTT now is a medallion, and I just love this choice because they need him, like you said, to carry this early mid-game as hard as possible.
I love that choice.
Perfect item for it.
He's going to destroy those supports. He's so tanky. He has a mech, he has a medallion. He has 36 armor.
Wait, no, that's a bug.
No, he has 36 armor.
Freaking Gravekeeper's Cloak is apparently a nice ability.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
I mean,
so they can't ignore him because he does so much damage.
Yeah.
They can't kill him because he's got a billion armor and a mech.
I mean, it does go off with charges, but not fast enough. I mean, well,
they are killing the birds. Maybe that's what they need. They might find 2 here.
Yeah.
Can't resummon them.
The nice thing about
oh, they're gonna try and gank the birds.
Oh no, birdie!
Not being microed.
Okay.
No, he'll get it out.
I almost feel like Silas should have just windwalked and double hit that. He would have got the kill, but it's a bit risky, so I can understand why he didn't. The nice thing for Visage this game is that LGD has no stuns that hit birds, basically. Maybe I think the Rubik left on the drop down hits him, but Ice Path, if you saw over here, he Ice Path like this.
Yeah.
And then the birds are frozen and just kept flying. And you can't really blow a lift on them. I actually don't even know if you can lift them with the direct target. I don't think Torrent hits them. I don't know if Bolt hits them, actually. I should really brush up on my bird mechanics.
Alright, well, we'll stop talking about what you don't know. Talk about what we do know.
Yeah, what I do know is that those birds aren't getting disabled and they're going to kill stuff.
Yeah. And when they're not killing stuff, the mech could turn the fights around, just the soul assumptions as well. Xiao he'll come in now. He's got an X. He's got a Torrent. He's actually going to go on XTT. Can they really bring him down? Look at how tanky he is. He gets the mech off. What a hero. Still alive. Turns the fight around. Sylar has found a kill, but I think Vici Gaming not enough damage in the end. Well, they drive the Visage back. The birds could kill off Xiao here. Oh no.
I think
didn't use either stun in that fight.
I feel like he resummoned and his hotkeys weren't set properly. Because he resummoned, he Great Show, and he just ran. He saw something with Great Show, just ran.
He wasn't Macro Pyro, he had to move his hero, but the birds could have been used there.
Yeah, for sure.
And they do get the tower. The leap, ooh, yeah, just dodges away.
I feel like if he had double stunned, actually, really, they could have killed Kunkka if he had got stunned in the fight, or on the way out, he definitely had time to stun the THG. So a little bit of miss micro from the Visage, but he just survived all the nukes.
That was Boat, Torrent, I think Lift, Vacuum,
Ice Path, like everything.
Yeah, well, he didn't take the full Macro Pyro, but that was about it.
But like,
I mean, that's kind of nitpicky. It's pretty much every nuke.
He's owning. Like, he's 5-0. He won his top lane. He's basically controlled every single little small skirmish.
I mean, and that again, that's with not really perfect bird micro.
Yeah.
It's still having a huge impact.
The thing is about something like micro and birds, it's like you can always improve on that.
They're going to go on ZSJ here. Do they want to commit to him? There's your Torrent. That hero dies a little bit quicker, but a defensive disruption from FY maybe turns this fight around. CTY in the middle, but standing and delivering. Hasn't found a kill yet. Gyro hits the deck. They don't have detection for CTY, but unfortunately Shadow Dance is about to end. That leap's cooling down. He can't leap out. He'll pop another Shadow Pact. He runs back in. He mans up. And I think, like you said, if he has the leap leveled up there, really would make the difference. XTT now caught out. He will barely TP away.
Lift was just up. Lift would just come out CD. Ice Path was like a split second from hitting him.
Just barely escapes. But they still lose 3. They lose their Gyro. They lose their Slark. And
he has a DD. He might go for this.
I think, well...
He has time lapse to get back, so he's not really scared.
And he's got 1 stick charge. A decent amount. Doesn't really have a whole lot to work with. Oh, he needed to hit FY with the Sakuchi there. Didn't get in range. Now Xiao Wait's going to go down. There's your soul assumption.
That was all. 6-0. I said 9-1, but I don't even know if that would be enough.
Remember, this hero is, well, he was 18-3 coming into today as a support. I think he actually lost 2 games, but that would still make him 18-5, even if that's the case. Sylar on the run. Is there another net or another blink? Unfortunately not.
And
Pounce. God, I can never remember the name.
One thing I just found was amusing was Silo used Sakuchi and then he got Surge. He's running double 522 MS.
If only you can move at 1044.
That team fight, there's a really good... I thought the vacuum at first is sort of questionable. I actually disagree with not getting wall and Darkseer. I feel like the extra level in vacuum, it's not worth not getting wall. But the one thing that makes it okay is that he doesn't really have arcane boots. He has mech.
Yeah, so it's very
he might not have the mana for it. So if that's how he feels, then I think that's perfectly legitimate. But sometimes I feel like against that much spam on the other team, you're going to have the wall charges.
Yeah.
So you can support that level wall. I mean, it's 200 extra mana, but you save 30 mana on vacuum, so it's 170.
They do have arcanes on DDC, so if he wanted to go for it, he could. I mean, again, same story with last game.
He's going to pick it up at level 11 anyways.
Even 1 point in the wall isn't that great, only 15-second duration, but it's still decent.
And the range is sort of crappy, actually, at level 1.
Okay, so AUI, I think now we have to look towards the mid-game, because the game has slowed down a lot. LGD leading by 1,000 gold, 3,000 experience. It's a slight lead, but it's really not much.
I mean,
how do you feel these teams stack up as we head towards mid-game, towards late game?
Honestly, their drafts are quite clever. I feel like if they can kill Gyro a couple of times, then LGD is just gonna sort of win in late game because Weaver has much better farm. Like he's 5-0.
He's got a Demon Edge.
Yeah, he's 5-0. He's a Vit booster Demon Edge, and if we look at Gyro, he's 2-4 with Ogre Axe. Weaver is like I mentioned Visage being so good, but this Weaver has been playing out of his mind too. He's time-lapsed perfectly. He's soaked up enough damage, so it's not just a wasted time-lapse. And then he's been dealing out pretty efficient DPS. He's been stuttering all his attacks. He's been hitting the right targets. He's gotten his bugs off.
He was up against the dual lane mid, and he was actually going on the aggressive and forcing the fight.
He actually wrecked the mid.
Yeah.
They couldn't kill him. He got good CS. That's winning mid. Pretty hard against the dual lane.
And he forced them to dual lane as well.
Yeah.
CTY's been winning his lane 1v1 every game. This is the first game where I think he hasn't.
The only time I've seen CTY get dumped on like this is when he was Shadow Demon versus TA.
Yeah.
And I mean, both of these are a bit silly matchups, but in that game, CTY came back actually and did a lot of stuff, so maybe we'll see something here.
There's your torrent. The birds are going to come back in. Are they going to look to take a fight here? CTY, leap is missed again. He just hasn't been on the mark with those this game, unfortunately. Backing's going to pull FY back in. He can't disrupt himself. The boat's here as well. Call down comes through as well. Shall wait on the run. One more leap from CTY. It's still cooling down. He still doesn't have the leap. He will leap now. Doesn't actually catch him. Catches the hero, Jakiro, who takes a bullet for the team. 2 heroes dead.
The birds.
Visage on the run. He's got a full soul assumption. He'll toss it out, but they're still chasing DDC. He's stolen Shadow Dance, and it looks like he'll come in. Looks to kill off Visage. Oh, that's so much gold, so much experience. Fenrir overfall as well. It's just all coming apart here for Vici Gaming. A few fights in a row. That's 4 deaths. That's just a gold graph that goes, it's a vertical plummet, basically. And LGD, if they can't go Roche yet, you feel it's coming soon.
That's looking very, very bad for Vici now. The thing about their lineup is if Jao gets shut down, then
they can't lose fights then.
You don't have any AoE presence.
And they have no stuns for Weaver. So if they can't stun him, they have to be able to blow him up.
Like when I was looking at the draft, I wasn't sure how Weaver would work because Stark versus Weaver, I'm not too sure if you time lapse inside the leash, if you still stay pounced.
Yeah, I don't think you do, but I could be wrong.
Like sometimes Dota has weird interactions like that. For example, CK reality risk someone out of Batrider grip, the grip will break. If you reality risk some inside it, then the grip will stay. So I'm not too sure on that, but Weaver's looking very good for them, and honestly, like, they can't touch him. If he plays as he's been playing already, they really can't touch him.
Here's the other thing is the only way you can really catch the Weaver is if you disrupt him and then either bird stun him or split earth him. But the problem is they need to save disruption for everyone who's getting caught by vacuum, by ice path, by Axe, torrent. I mean, so they never get to use torrent as a setup. Which means they just don't have any stun.
We talked a bit about how...
Or the disruption as a setup.
Yeah, and like it's very hard to just get up to disrupt the Weaver too.
Yeah.
And we talked a bit about how the supports on LGD were really under-leveled. They were level 4, but now they're level 8, and Shadow Demon's only level 6. And these are good supports with levels. Jakiro, I mean, I almost feel like he's underrated with levels. Level 9 is like his sort of like peak, right? Like you have that max ice pack, you have that max dual breath. But Liquid Fire is definitely underrated, especially as Dire. They can take Roshan very easily because Roshan doesn't do any damage when you have slowed attack speed. And Rubik, I mean, levels not so much, but farm, once that hero gets Blink Dagger, if he manages to steal like Gyro ulti or like Lash Stun, he has a entire host of spells he can steal, like any Visage spell.
Okay, so for Vici Gaming, they're in a bit of trouble now. Weaver working towards an MKB, but we do see BKBs coming out soon. CTY is working towards his. He's got an Ogre Club. He's got 1,000 gold. Gyro's working towards his own, and ZSMJ has his Mithril Hammer. Do these BKBs change anything? That's my question.
I'm very hesitant to say yes, just because you have good items for LGD coming up. I mean, pretty much always BKB is going to change something, but once you have that Shadow Blade on Kunkka, you have that MKB, I think it's MKB, on Weaver, they're going to be doing a lot of damage through the BKBs, and honestly, their damage output for VG is...
I mean, starting to suffer.
Yeah, on paper it's very strong, like Edic, Soul Catcher, Slark in general, Gyro, Visage, all very high output, but for some reason LGD hasn't been dying in fights. What they're very good at as a team is they sort of spread the damage. A lot of times you see players, they sort of hang out a bit too far in the back because their positioning is just a minuscule off. LGD is all threatening enough that you want to cast spells on all of them. So you have to cast spells on all of them, and therefore no one gets focused down.
Yeah, and then they're all around to do extra damage.
And like, if you do try to focus on, then they move like an inch back, and suddenly they're in good enough position that you can't focus them anymore, and you've blown 3 spells on them. So, like, their team fighting is very good. I mean, VG had really good team fight last game, but this game, LGD is taking team fights very, very well.
And my other concern for Vici Gaming is Visage, he really falls off here. I mean, this is where the birds they can easily be blown up by just 2 or 3 auto attacks from Weaver. If they get near the Kunkka, he can bring them down pretty quickly. And I mean, if heroes aren't taking a ton of damage, then I mean, at this point the damage just isn't quite as significant. Soul Assumption falls off too. So as strong as Visage is to carry them to the early in the mid game, this is where you want your Gyro and your Slark to start picking up the loose X. They're going now.
No.
CTY's leaked away. He death packs.
X is not getting removed.
Oh no, that's gonna hurt. CTY pulled back in and actually disrupted. Looks like that'll keep him alive.
I don't think that VG knew that when they picked him.
Oh man, he'll leap away. This could have been the counter to Xiaoi's Kunkka, but not the case.
Visage, a lot of people sort of say that he skills off quite badly, but I think that's a lot to do with the fact that usually he's played as support.
Yeah.
So you don't see that like early game dominance that you see in mid game because he has no items. But if you can get items on him, he's actually very good. If you get 16 in the items, you can take a carry from 100% to 0.
But he's not farming anymore. I mean, it's slowed down a lot. 68 CS. I think he had like 40 at 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a product of sort of the team fights going poorly.
Oh, ZSMJ, this is not a good time to die. He's almost got his BKB.
Oh, no.
He's pulled back into Ice Pet. He's going to drop. That was a really... he was posted up real far there.
That was sort of questionable. That was very far up for... Like, if we look at sort of this from an opportunity cost, like, what could he have gained from that? He would have got a creepy... I don't even know.
He would have had to farm like 3 more waves at least to get his BKB.
The thing is, when you're so close to an item, you sort of need to just get it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a bit slower if you have to go find the jungle.
You can't die.
You can't really die, or else it's going to set your team back.
The good news is they are stacking a lot of Ancients, and potentially he can farm those, get the BKB, work towards his next item.
The only thing is that if LGD...
But Sylar has his MKB, so this is just a different order of magnitude as far as damage goes.
If LGD contest this is actually a very good fighting area for them. They're a lot better when it's in these small clumped areas. Like, this fight, they want stuff to be spread out. Like, Gyro not so much, but definitely Slark and Visage, they definitely want people to spread out. Lashrak, you still want them to be clumped, but it's not enough to merit a clumped up fight compared to like a Kunkka, a Darkseer, and I'm sure Weaver doesn't really want to, but it's fine to have like 4 sort of good AoE heroes and then 1 who goes around killing people and picking people off on the back end. It's actually stronger in my opinion. You don't want 5 heroes that barrel down with AoE, or you're going to be overcommitted to one thing. You need like that.
But LGD aren't really overcommitted. Like, they've got a lot of AoE, but it's low cooldown AoE.
Yeah, that's why I really like their lineup with the Weaver, because they have the AoE to take team fights. They have the split push with Weaver. They can farm it out to late game. They're not that bad. Darkseer makes up for a lot of... So Kunkka and the Weaver, they're not the strongest, but Darkseer definitely makes up for it. And even like...
And a Vacuum Ice Path, I mean, where it's just like a miniature RP in every fight. Sure, it's not as long of a duration, doesn't go through BKB, but they're landing the combo almost every time.
Yeah, for sure. And we can expect them to continue that, I feel. And we like supports in terms of scaling. THJ and Rubik are quite good. AoE stun, spell seal so you can be Tidehunter or whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
Or Visage. Best hero. But
all right. Bottom lane, though, they're going to catch out XTG. This could be bad. He gets thrown back into the boat. The birds are here as well. I think he's going to lose them as soon as they come back up. Weaver's going to work. Oh, both live. At least he saves the birds, but that's probably
This is potentially Roshan, yes. At the very least, they farmed into our jungle, but I think they either take the Ancient stack here, or they take Roshan. I would actually nah, I'd prefer Roshan. I was thinking like Ancient Stack is a law go denied, and you can sort of take Roshan a bit later. But if they just take Roshan, like VG can't really take the Ancient Stack. They can just take the Ancient Stack after, where it's not as easy the other way. Like it'd be almost impossible to contest that Ancient Stack if they had Aegis on someone like the Weaver or the Kunkka.
Well, they do a double BKB, but I mean, there's an MKB out on the Gyro and or on the Weaver.
This is a smart reaction by VG. They know they're taking Roshan, so they go take the Ancient Stack because they know they can't take it later. So this will be good for ZSMJ. Like he really needs a damage item at this point. Like BKB phase Aquila, sure, he has okay damage. He has 150.
Yeah,
but
I don't think this is a game where you can get away with that Helm of the Dominator. You have to go straight for a damage
I think that damage would be a much better choice this game.
Because the Ancients are not going to be safe to farm either. I mean, like that time is over right now.
Yeah.
And you can already see LGD says you're not farming those anymore. I would have even like maybe if they put a ward there or something, but
I think it got I think it got countered, and then they countered the ward here, but I'm not too sure exactly how that went.
Oh no, I just mean right now. But
right now, like LGD.
Yeah, or they can just farm it. That's the other option.
That wouldn't be bad at all. I mean, when you're ahead, sometimes you can just lock down the enemy's farms. Enemies farms.
Creeps. Ancients.
Gold.
Give me your monies. Give me your money, says LGD.
Yeah, you plant creep trees. And, oh no, Liquid Fire is very good for taking time. Oh, they got it.
They're going to go in now. There's your disrupt with the X, the Torrent on FY. CTY jumps in. He does pounce, grabs the hero, he pops his BKB. DD may fall. He's still alive. He's pretty tanky. In comes ZSMJ as well. Yao dropping pretty low. He surges away. Purge on ZSMJ. I think it was stolen. Oh no, sorry, call down slow, not a purge. By DDC. That keeps him safe for the time being. Now Sylar says, I'm the manliest little bug in the world. You ain't gonna stop me. They found one kill on the back line. Lashrak's gonna go down. This will be the bigger kill. If Sylar kills on CSJ, that would be so huge. He's gonna run back into the missile while inside of Sakuchi, so he doesn't get stunned. They bring CTY low.
This is a free tower too.
And that was both BKBs unveiled and used, and all they get is a Jakiro. They lose their Gyro, they lose both 10-second BKB charges. Absolute disaster of a fight for VG, but maybe the turnaround comes. They'll grab Xiao 8. Unfortunately, remember, CTY doesn't have his BKB. He's dropping fast to the bugs. He'll go down. Sylar, man's up. He loses the Aegis, but gets another kill on another core hero, and they may go in again. They want this tower. Sylar says, I will not be denied. LGD, they can taste blood in the water. They want to go back to Seattle. And they're getting closer and closer with every breath they take. They now lead by 12k gold. 12k experience. Can you taste it, AUI? Can you taste it? LGD, I think
they're looking very good. And I just love like small little kill things like Darkshire surged the Weaver so he could get back up to top faster during his Sakuchi. Like small things like that, at this level Dota, they actually win games.
Yeah, mate, you get an extra creep wave, you get your item before they gank you. You have buyback before they kill you. Speaking of items, we're going to see a heart soon, I think, for Sylar. Up to 4k gold. He gets a heart. How do VG kill him?
Yeah, a heart would... Like, he has a...
Because he already has a lot of damage.
Yeah, and he already has a VIP booster, so Heart is the sort of...
He could go Manta style here. I think that would be pretty good.
I sort of would like a Manta style just because Chinese teams are just so good at defending that sometimes if you just throw illusions at the racks...
Do you know if it actually removes the pounce? I don't know if it matters, but I'm just curious.
I actually do not know that.
Yeah, and well, I guess the chat will inform us.
There really isn't anything to Manta off.
Yeah.
So that's sort of one weakness of the item right now. I mean... Your illusions at least say hit the Gyro homing missile.
The one thing is VG have so much AoE though that I don't know how much that actually does for you in terms of pushing. I feel the heart actually helps you break the base.
Heart is like the I need to fight him. Manta would be more like the hey, you guys are gonna sit bottom with 4, farm the jungle, farm the lane, someone keeps mid pushed in, and I'm gonna split push top, and he goes for the heart. I think I like this. He's already ridiculously hard to kill. And it's not like he's lacking in damage at all.
Xiao's going to come in and he'll immediately eat a Grave Chill. C2I looking for a pounce. Will not connect. Could have been an opening instead. Well, they're just going to siege this one out. They'll wait for the heart. It's about to arrive. And now Sylar can really start to not even chip away, just smash away.
He can just beat on the tower right now. Like, there's nothing they can do. They can't burst him down within the last time. And
if you go on Sylar, you go right into the vacuum, ice path, torrent, boat, death, destruction combo. So I think they'll just have to try. Can they even defend this tower? I guess that's the question. They really want to.
I think they're going to try. I'm not too sure about this decision, but it almost feels like if they give up any more...
Yeah, they're running out of towers to fight.
The thing is, if they give up this tower, they're not going to get anything out of it because they're already all here. So you're not in a good position to just say, hey, let's go bottom and get that tier 1 and trade. I think that's what they would have preferred, to trade one tower, tier 1 even, tier 2 sure, anything. But they're really not in a good position to do that. The one thing I like is that the Visage birds are well positioned. Oh wow, he tried to force that CTY in.
Waiting in the wings, the birds are here. Are they going to go in? Sylar chipping away at the tower. Slowly but surely, the little bug that could. They'll make their move now. They'll try to stun DDC.
Oh, wow.
Stun number 1 will land. Stun number 2 will as well. He went only on the Rubik though. CTY forced to BKB just to run away. Fenrir taking tons of damage. Sylar's going to man up, and is he going to commit fully? The little bug that could. Chipping away at XTT. The tank is here on the enemy team. Not the ideal target. Calldown gets ditched out. The birds come back in. Here comes your missile too. On to Xiao. The birds, however, dropping low. Sylar driven back a little bit. But I think LGD, well,
that was it was a very good disengagement wall.
They've gotten all the other towers. They still have their Aegis. They haven't given up anything, really.
Yeah.
And do they have to wait for anything?
Just in case anyone is curious, Ice Path actually does get removed by Slark's Dark Pack.
Did we see that in the fight?
Yeah, he did that. He Dark Packed it off and then BKB. And I thought he was crazy going on. Like, he's going to get Ice Path and just die, but he was able to take them off. So something he knows that he clearly did.
It really feels desperate for CTY right now.
Yeah,
he's got a Blade of Alacrity. This is not a big item to have when Weaver's sitting on an MKB, a Heart of Taras. It's like watching someone who has a Ferrari and you're trying to keep up with them in your Ford Taurus. It's just not going to happen. At some point, you got to invest in a new car, but he doesn't have the money for it.
I mean, his CS is nice, but the thing is, like, Weaver, it's not just his CS. It's the fact that he's gotten so many kills. It's not the kill goal. It's the fact that when you kill stuff, the other team gets behind. So your farm looks relatively a lot better than them. So Weaver looks so good right now. And, okay, actually, well, I mean, when you're 7-0, the kills do matter for your goal as well.
7-0-9. They have 6 towers to only the 3 of Vici Gaming, and they have a Roche.
Yeah, I mean,
it all adds up.
The top 3, the 1, 2, 3 of LGD are topping the net worth board. And their supports are not that far behind either. Like, Jakiro has Shadow Demon plus Lashrak combined. Lashrak's really crippled.
Can you blame him?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really his fault, but I don't know how this worked out, but usually I think you would give the farm to the Lashrak instead of the Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe he died a little bit in some engagements or something. So the Lashrak, sometimes it just works out that way. Like, the 4 and 5, a lot of times are sort of interchangeable. So.
And in this game, I honestly don't know if it would make a difference if either one had that farm.
It really wouldn't. It's just interesting to me, I guess. One thing I do like is Shadow Demon, he's maxing his skill because Soul Catcher is like, oh, on paper it's like, wow, 50% extra damage, but it's so hard to hit in a team fight and it's not going to help through BKB. And even just hitting Soul Catcher on a Weaver, you're not really bringing him down like this. So Destruction actually does a ton of damage. Like, Weaver will do more damage than anyone on their team, basically.
Speaking of supports farm, I just looked at DDC. He's got a Blink, a Force, and a Gem.
Yeah, they both have 4 stats, I believe. Oh no, just
he's been given the Gem by DD, but
do they only have 1 4 stat?
Medallion and Ghost Scepter, just outrageous farm on these supports.
He's very. I thought they had 2 ghosts.
And that's such a good way to initiate. Just a Blink, a Lift, you can instantly kill anybody.
And he has a 4 stat to get out too. I thought they had 2 4 stats because at bottom they like 4 stats.
It looks like CSMJ just uses BKB. Was this just at the base? I completely missed this.
Oh no.
Oh, no. If LGD just happened to push right now.
The good thing is they don't know their BKBs now, but
I don't think they know, but you could just cost them the game anyway.
Care. Nothing. They don't even care. They're just like, it's time to kill. Actually, I think they're going to back here and just farm it out. Weaver's still top. So while they're forcing mid like this, they're getting more farm. And I almost feel like someone should be going bottom and they should just be split pushing this out just because VG has no way of dealing with split push at all. But I guess
they can't kill the Weaver. They probably can't kill the Kunkka.
No, they can't kill.
And the other 3 can just stick together.
Yeah, and like you're not killing them because for staff, the person's getting a bit caught out back. You have Surge, you have Blink. Like there's no real way to pick someone off. And when you're split pushing like that, all 3 lanes, and when you're this far ahead, like their only options like, oh, we 5-man smoke and we somehow force an engagement.
And that's just gonna play right into LGD's hands.
Yeah, and like, how do you 5-man smoke against this? And you can't really like 3-man smoke. You 3-man smoke, you're not killing Weaver. You might pick off the Kunkka, but if he gets pops drums, pops Lothar in the phase,
and uses the ghost ship,
you might not even kill him.
He'll move very fast.
That's just a game-losing move actually, to not be able to kill someone with 3-man smoke gank from this position.
And even if you kill him, they may just take a tower for that.
Even if you kill him, Weaver's going ham. Like he's gonna crush.
Speaking of going ham, Kunkka now picks up the Assault Cuirass recipe, has the Hyperstone. AC's coming soon. Actually, I can check where this one died.
Oh, how'd you do that?
You press the courier hotkey. Looks like he got sniped. Oh, die with a demon edge for CSMJ.
Oh no.
That was his MKB and 800 gold.
As if things weren't already going bad.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he had 700 gold left to farm for it. So he's only really gonna get it a minute and a half late. Usually you're going about 500 GPM defending the base, I would say.
Problem is he's getting it after Roche as well.
They're taking Roshan, and 46 damage on a guy who sort of rushed to BKB is a lot of damage. I don't think they can contest this at all. They don't even need Weaver to come, to be honest. Weaver can just split push shot.
And speaking of Weaver, Sylar 4.2k.
Why does he have so much money?
Where is this gold coming from? Since when does Weaver farm this well? Sylar 207 CS. It's not even that high of a CS count, but
man, he's involved.
Got the
and
items.
He has towers.
Yeah, he's got the items. He's 709. They have 22 kills. He's been in 16 of those. And they want to give him the Aegis. They say, Sylar, carry us, my friend. Yeah. You've certainly done it before. AC up on Xiao 8. Roche is easy.
It's such a quick Roshan too. All their heroes sort of do a bunch of damage. Darkster has 140 damage and it's a Darkster.
Feels like
here's a Shiva's.
This could be the death push.
Like, Shiva's is also a very underrated item in my opinion because it's a lot of armor. The damage, if you think like 200 damage sounds so small, but that's 2.5 Dagons if you hit 5 heroes. And
in terms of the overall damage.
Yeah, and that's a lot of damage. Plus the slow is really good. And the slow aura, 30%. Sure, it's just nice to have. Like,
there's only one key difference between. Oh, there's one big difference between what LGD had last game and this game, and that's they only have one good hero to defend the high ground. Oh, they catch Sylar out, but he's gonna time lapse and it's level 3 time lapse. Just wait 30 seconds, go back in.
I don't know if Butterfly is the right option since you already saw a Javelin on Gyrocopter, but it's honestly not that bad just because. It's not always just, like, Weaver's not really always in the center of the fight getting hit by the enemy carry. He's sort of off to the side. And in those off to the side skirmishes, Butterfly reigns supreme, really.
Well, the tower's going to fall soon. Are they going to go in?
Oh, no.
No, there's a defensive disruption. He'll dodge the Torrent, but LGD, they're fine with this. They're not even really going for a kill. They just want to slowly drive Vici Gaming back while they take the racks. Vici Gaming don't have that amazing lineup to defend the high ground. It's just, it's much harder.
Yeah.
There's your X. Torrent could come out. Is there disruption available? There's not this time. There's your boat as well. XTT in trouble. The boat's going to splash through. Cuts off the head of FY. This could be the end with Sylar giving chase. He's diving the base. He wants the SMJ. Brings him down low. Won't finish him up. One lane of Rex potentially in the offing here. LGD, if they take this game, they're going back to Seattle. And then the only question is, will it be as a wild card team or as a main event squad? We'll find out. Remains to be seen. For the time being, they take one lane of Rex and they can taste it at this point, and I bet it tastes pretty damn good. CTY, he's carried his team far, but can he bring them the whole distance? Doesn't feel like it. Full kit and caboodle comes out, and Vici Gaming farm under the shadow of their tier 4s. Looks like this will be the end. LGD, they know how to go for the jugular, at least today. That's the story for them. They drop game 1, they storm back, take games 2 and now 3, and they are heading to the International 3. Congratulations to LGD. They'll be back. And now we still have to find out, will they be back as one of those main event teams or will they have to fight DD? For the answer to that question, we wait 2 days, but what a performance.
Yeah, it is really, really well done by them.
I felt like the games pretty much just got better all day.
Yeah. This is a really good game.
Is under attack.
I don't even quite know what went wrong for VG. I guess they sort of got outlaned. That's pretty much it. You get outlaned and they fell behind.
I mean, I think the big thing was the Slark pick didn't really work that well.
Yeah.
And ZSMJ got caught out.
Slark is a hero that needs a really good start or like a early 2 kills to get a level advantage because all his skills are level dependent. You want to max everything, which is not always common on like mid heroes that can gank a lot. Like sometimes it's nice, but Slark you almost need it. Like maybe not his 3rd skill, but it's still nice because 2 minutes is enough to keep the ganks going. Whereas if you're under farm, you don't continue anything.
Man, what an exhausting series of games. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Thank you all very much for joining us. Congratulations to LGD China. They take game 3. Impressive performance. I completely agree with you that, I mean, Slark didn't really snowball that hard. Visage played great, but it needed one other hero to have an impact. Either the Slark or the Gyro. And ZSMJ, we saw him get caught out of position, pushing top by himself. The courier dies. It was kind of hiding at the shop, so great play by Sylar to pick that one off. But delays his MKB, all these little things. Felt like Vici Gaming, they just kind of lost steam towards the end of the day.
And I mean, Visage definitely carried through the early game.
Yeah.
But the only way he's winning is if he's carrying through the mid game too, I feel. once Slark got shut down like that, Gara wasn't doing that well. Visage had to like do some Superman stuff.
It was a tall order.
I mean, he tried. He played really well, but not quite. I don't even know if it was possible, to be honest. Like,
it would have had to be the best Visage performance probably ever.
Pretty much.
To pull through. Because LG, I mean, I felt like for LGD, they just kind of showed their veteran poise, experience in this game. And
yeah, their play is so solid. Like, in this game, they still showed, like, did I even see anyone get picked off? Like,
maybe,
they sort of
but
died in, like,
it felt like, it feels like when it counts, they don't get picked off.
They sort of died in, like, maybe skirmishes, but it's never like, hey, I'm 100 go to my BKB. So, like, ZSMJ is sort of a bit closer, and that was really unfortunate that happened. But, like, I felt like they're a bit more disciplined than VG in terms of just movement.
Yeah.
They never were really like, why am I up here? They always knew, hey, I'm here because I'm doing this, and then I'm going to do that.
They always had a clear purpose. Yeah. They had a clear strategy with their draft.
I mean,
something which, I mean, you look back to those games versus the Alliance, and especially the first game, picking the Broodmother, it didn't really feel like LGD had a clear strategy or purpose for that pick. This series against Vici Gaming, they seem to understand their opponents better. Push comes to shove, they take the series. They'll be waiting in the grand finals. Congratulations to LGD China. They have tomorrow off. They can sit back, recuperate, and rest. The other three teams, though, they're not done yet. Kawa, I think it's time. Let's take a look at our bracket, see where we are moving forward in the tournament. So after today, LGD China, your winner bracket champions, they move on to the grand final stage. They've already advanced out of the playoffs. The final three teams, they've got the marathon tomorrow. Rising Stars versus Rattlesnake. That best of three happens first. Winner of that moves on to play Vici Gaming. Loser goes home. And then the winner of Vici Gaming versus either Rising Stars or Rattlesnake, they go into the grand finals to play against LGD China. So looking at these brackets, Kurt, and based on what we've seen today, do you think Rattlesnake or Rising Stars can take down Vici Gaming?
Honestly, from the games today, it just felt like VG and LGD are on a different level.
It did.
Like, their precision and their movement, it was all like a step above the other teams.
And it felt like when Rattlesnake won or when Rising Stars won a game, it was more mistakes of the opposing team. And not to take anything away from the players, but just less what Rattlesnakes and Rising Stars did.
I mean, Rising Snakes and Rattlestars are very...
Where's Lumi when we need to screw things up?
He's not even here for me to troll him.
Lumi and Gods just went to bed.
They're just dead.
Yeah. Shout out to our hardworking analysts.
At least they have paper they're pretending to take notes
As you can see, they're working hard. Yep. Guys, thank you all very much for tuning in. It's been a very, very long day, but it's been a wonderful one. 9 games. We went the distance today. In the end, LGD China, they prevail. They are the #1 team to come out of the playoffs. But when we go to the grand finals, there won't be an advantage. That's a separate stage, so we don't have one. Who's going to be there to join them? Will it be Vici Gaming? Will it be Rising Stars? Will it be Rattlesnake? We'll find out tomorrow, but for now, we're going to wrap it up. We'll take one last look at our schedule so you know what's coming up tomorrow. If it's not ready yet, I will just tell you verbally. We'll have our first match, Rising Stars versus Rattlesnakes, at 3 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That's 6 p.m. SGT if you're over in Southeast Asia or China time. And, of course, that would be 12 p.m. if you're in Europe. So bit of a later start tomorrow. Hope to see you all then. Once again, 3 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time or 6 p.m. SGT or 12 p.m. Man, doing these conversions is hard. CEST. Thank you all for tuning in. Congratulations to LGD China. They are moving on. They're going to Seattle one way or another. Vici Gaming, Rattlesnakes, and Rising Stars, they're all still in it. For some, the road is easier than others. For now, that wraps up our coverage. It's going to be LD as well as AUI 2000. And, of course, Gods and Lumi.
They're dead, though. So
you're supposed to show them, Jarrett.
See that, like, little piece of cloth? That's the rest of what's left from Gods.
And Kawa's taking over.
Oh, typical.
We taking over. One chair at a time. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's a wrap. LD, AUI, and Kawa signing off. We'll see you in, oh God, only a few hours.